Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Bradley Walsh has graced our TV screens for over 20 years. TV icon Bradley Walsh celebrated his 65th birthday this week and even hinted that he would be now slowing down. But with his jam-packed diary, it's clear that it's just not going to happen anytime soon. The star is known for presenting many famous shows including The Chase, Gladiators, Blankety Blank, and hits the road in Breaking Dad with his son Barney Walsh. However, before he became a national TV treasure, Walsh kicked off his career joining Rolls-Royce as an apprentice jet engineer and then briefly glimmered on the football pitch after being scouted by Brentford FC until an unfortunate injury ended his football career. His showbiz career kicked off as a Ponton's Bluecoat entertainer, and it gave Bradley his first taste of the stage life. Despite his natural fun-loving tendencies, which often got him into trouble during school and previous occupations, his spirited antics eventually led to him losing this job, writes The Mirror. The Chase, Bradley Walsh issues stern warning to contestants. Brad chatted to comedy.co.uk earlier this year, where he reflected on the start of his career. Once I left that to get into the entertainment industry and become a blue coat, I got sacked from being the bloke that was messing around. I thought that was the job. In the end I thought to myself, why don't I just get paid for messing around? Post-Pontins, Walsh then went into comedy, he said. That was a very conscious decision. So I've got myself a routine together. Describing his comedic style, he said, I was a very physical comic, bit like Norman Wisdom, not so many jokes. I was a very physical comic. And that's where it all started. The much-loved star has graced our TV screens for 20 years as a comedian, actor, and presenter. His impressive acting portfolio includes stints as Danny Baldwin on ITV's Coronation Street, D.S. Ronnie Brooks in Law and Order, UK, and Graham O'Brien in Doctor Who. In 2009, Bradley took the reins as host of ITV's quiz phenomenon, The Chase, marking a strategic shift in his professional path. Walsh detailed how he snagged the opportunity to host The Chase after popping into ITV studios to inquire about presenting jobs. While reminiscing during a conversation with the former head of daytime TV, she mentioned an upcoming quiz show concept, prompting Bradley's feedback. Recounting their discussion, Bradley shared, I took it away and I said, yes, this can work, this will work. And she said, okay, well we're going to make a pilot, and I said, I'll do it for you. And she said, yeah, but it's only an office run-through, and I said, I'll do it for you, don't worry. During an appearance on the Tommy Tiernan show last year, he remembered kick-starting the pilot and devising the monikers for the Chasers. Fast forward nearly 16 years, Bradley's enthusiasm for The Chase hasn't waned, and he has no intention of quitting anytime soon. In conversation with the Daily Mail, he mused about his tenure. Until people say they've had enough and start switching off, I'll do it. We've had such an extraordinary time together. It's the best job in the world. It wasn't just about answers, it was about stories. And Bradley was the perfect storyteller. Chapter 7, Nostalgia and New Beginnings. Back in the UK, The Chase continued with a new co-host, rising star Maya Jameson, a former contestant with an encyclopedic mind and charisma to match. Bradley made guest appearances, always greeted with thunderous applause. He and Maya even co-hosted a few special holiday editions. She's like a daughter to me, Bradley said in an interview. Sharp as a tack and funny as hell, the show's in good hands. Chapter 8, The Chase Legacy. Years later, a statue was unveiled outside the ITV studios. Bradley Walsh in mid-laugh, finger pointed toward an imaginary contestant. It became a popular selfie spot. Bradley stood before it, hand in hand with Donna, eyes misty. You know, he said, I never imagined it would become what it did. But I'm grateful, not just for the laughs, but for the love. Chapter 9, The Final Question. In a retrospective documentary titled Bradley Walsh, The Final Question, he sat down with former contestants, producers, and fans. When asked what he thought his legacy was, he smiled. I think I gave people something to smile about. And if that's all I did, I'm all right with that. The interviewer leaned in. One last question, Brad. What's the answer to life's greatest mystery? Bradley chuckled. 42, obviously. Chapter 10, Always Chasing. As the credits rolled, Bradley was seen walking down a cobbled street in London, humming the theme tune, nodding at passersby, a voiceover played. In every question, there's a chase. For truth, for laughter, for connection. Bradley Walsh isn't done chasing, not by a long shot. And neither are we.